What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to Carolina Custom Classics. Today we back on the 350 Chevrolet 57 Chevrolet Project engine. I tried turning it here on the crankshaft and it was locked up barely. I mean, it wasn't that bad, so I didn't want to push too hard on that and break the head on the bolt. So I came back here with a pretty big screwdriver and started prying up on it like so. Got it to free up after soaking it in some marble. That stuff does the wonders. So I got it to spin over pretty good and easy. I mean, we got compression. I mean, as you can see, it blew out the marble. But this engine has been sitting for, like I said, probably about a year now under that wheel cover. So I mean, you can see got spider webs, and those spider webs are from a Black Widow. So what we're going to do now is start looking over the engine. I'm going to pop the valve covers off, see how they look, and I don't know, get some new chrome ones put on it. I think I got some actually, and I think that'll really make it pop. I need a carburetor, you know, some miscellaneous stuff. I took the coil out of this and put it in the old square body the other day. Got it running, so I'm gonna need a coil. I gotta put freeze plugs back in it. As you can tell, I popped them out when I started working on it a couple years ago. Want some long tube headers to go on it, and go from there. Some hoses and, you know, just stuff like that. But like I said, that's it right now as it sits. We're gonna see if we can get it to run and all that good stuff before we drop her down in there and go from there. Stay tuned, y'all. Alright, so I got the screws out on the first side. Let's take a look. We looking together. Well, I mean, don't look bad. Everything actually looks really clean. Wow. Yeah, I'm quite pleased. Even in here, it don't look bad. Really don't. So, yeah, that's awesome. Let's do the other side. Alright, here we go on the other side. And this side as well looks really good. Everything really nice and clean. I'm quite amazed. Yeah, looks really good, really good. So yeah, let's work on getting some parts for it. Get a fuel pump back on it. I don't know if there it is. I get a fuel pump on it. Starter back on it. Freeze plugs back in it. And whatever little bit of miscellaneous stuff I took off of it. Spark plugs. Change the oil. Get rid of that damn Fram filter. Damn, I hate them damn Frams. I'm over here rhyming. Damn Frams. But alright, so that's where we at for today. And that's where I'm gonna leave it for probably 2 or 3 weeks till I get some parts up and some money. What's going on, y'all? We're back at it. Finally got in some parts for the 57's engine. Got a new cap and rotor and everything for it. Got some water pump gaskets. Got a new ignition coil. Some water pump bolts. You know, just miscellaneous stuff. So what we're gonna do is reassemble, put all new stuff on my distributor, and put on the water pump. Alright, so to remove the rotor, pretty simple. Just got 2 fillet screws, or at least on mine. Take out these screws. Alright, so now we can put the new one on. Which it came already with screws. just put it down into the clip like so. And you don't want to over tighten these. Alright, there's that. Alright, now we're going to put on our cap. Which is pretty self-explanatory. I'll go ahead and put on the cap, and then I'll show y'all how to put in the coil and go from there. Alright, so for setting up your coil, you got this rubber spacer. Take this and you just stick it through. It sits down in there like so. Try and straighten it up. Alright, then you want to set that on the here to get good contact. Alright, and you're going to want to put the ground in the middle, under, and it's going to run over here into the corner underneath the coil. So it's going to sit just like so. There you go. You gotta screw it down and it's in there. What's going on, y'all? Another day. Alright, we're gonna try and put in some spark plugs. I only have 6 of them, but that's what I'm using. Part number AP26 is auto lights, so I'm gonna put these 6 in. I gotta get 2 more. Alright, found 2 more spark plugs, put them in. Now, not that fuel pump, I got another fuel pump over here. That came off the engine. Clean that up, put it back on it. So that's the next step. Alright, for those that don't know, I don't know how good you can see it, but you have a metal rod right here that's going to sit on top of your pulley here, and it's going to push it to make the pump suck and push. So you have to pull that back and then put the pump in for it to sit on it. Alright, so how you want to do this: take your needle nose pliers and take your flathead screwdriver, stick in it like so. Then you're going to take your fuel pump, slide it in like that, pull your screwdriver out, and then fuel pump is on. You just have to tighten up the bolts. Order these freeze plugs. I want to show you how I put them in. Basically, take them, find you a socket for a small block Chevy. Usually I just use the 1 1/8. Fits in there really good and tight and snug, and then you just tap on it with a hammer in there. But before I do that, I'm gonna take this little wire wheel and clean it up pretty good. Make sure we got a good surface to bite to, so we don't have no leaks or anything, and a better seal. So let's hop to it. Alright, so now got that cleaned out. Just gonna tap it in. Just like so. That's one done. Alright, so I got all of the plugs in. Oh, I would show you the other side, but I ain't flipping that jerker over just to show you 2 plugs. Alright, so while I got it at this position, I'm going to go ahead and put on the starter. So let's get that on there and go to the next step. For those that don't know, I figured I'd show that's how a starter goes on small block Chevy. Bolt there, goes on the flywheel. I mean, pretty self-explanatory, but you know how some people are nowadays. Alright, starter's on. So just gonna flush it out a little bit. As you can see, the water's starting to get pretty clear now. So, like I said, we just got the hose in the top inlet, just flushing it out a little bit. Try to clean it up a little bit. Let that go for, I don't know, another 10-15 seconds, and I'll cut it off and go to the next step. Alright, so I wire brushed the block and the water pump to get a good seal. Just gonna blow it out. Alright, blow out the holes really good. Now, they sent me 2 of the same gasket. They sent me 2 of this side gaskets. So, but I can make it work. Just once you got it on there, trim it off with a razor blade. But just the principle of it though. So I'm going to put the water pump on now, and I'll get back with y'all. Alright, so I was almost done, and this stupid cheap damn bolt broke. So now I gotta take it back off, and I hope I can get it back out. Hopefully I have enough to bite to. Man, if it ain't one thing, it's another. Alright, so I do have a little bit sticking out, so I'm gonna take some vice grips and try and get it out that way. Alright, 3 days later, finally got it out. Had to drill it out, but we're gonna try it again and see what happens. Be really gentle with it now. Got a water pump on it. I was very nervous putting it on, but we got it on there. I kind of just babied it on there. So now we're just gonna do the carburetor, run the spark plug wires, and we're getting pretty close. Then hook up the headers. Stay tuned. Alright, so I guess we're gonna put on the wires now. I'm gonna take out the #1 spark plug, make sure we top dead center, and took back off the cap. I'm gonna make sure the rotor's pointing #1 cylinder, and that should be pretty close. We can pinpoint it from there. Alright y'all, this is where I'm gonna leave it for today. I got the wires on there. Probably could have made them a little bit neater. These are some nice thick 10.5, yeah, right there, 10.5s. I mean, there's some nice plugs right there. Anyways, I was going to start rebuilding the carburetor, but I'm out of carburetor cleaner because I've been trying to clean that piece of junk. It's spitting and sputtering pretty bad here lately when I try to drive it down the road, so we'll have to order a kit and rebuild that carburetor. I need to just call my channel Rogers Carburetor Cleaning Services or something, or rebuilding services. Seems all I do around here is rebuild carburetors. But I love them though. Alright, so that's where I'm at. We got rebuild the carburetor, get that on here, put the headers on here, and I think that's everything. I mean, try and run some fuel lines and try and jump it off. I mean, it's all we can do. Put some oil in it. Gotta put some oil in it. It all drained out. But yeah, not much left. Next day, so I took a bolt, exhaust bolt, and just been running it in, cleaning out all the threads. You know, you want them to go in easy by finger. That way you know you're good to go. Don't want to break another bolt. So I done all the exhaust bolts and the heads, so all the bolts is good to go. Like I said, now we just got the carburetor and then the headers, and should be good. Try and crank it up. Alright, so I guess we're gonna go ahead and put on the headers. Got these Flotex. They're made just for 55, 56, 57 Chevys. We'll give them a try and see how good they are. And I'll get one of them unwrapped and give y'all a look. Alright, so it didn't come with no bolts or gaskets or anything, which is what it was supposed to come with. So I'm gonna have to contact them about that. Anyways, I guess we not putting on headers today unless I happen to have something somewhere, but I don't think I do. So I guess we're gonna call it a day. Like I said, I cleaned out all the exhaust manifold bolts and carburetor bolts, the holes that is, and everything should be good. It's just another day. Alright y'all, finally she's back on there, all hooked up, got a spacer on it, so we should be good to go. Everything's working good. Still got to cover up that vacuum leak, but yeah, overall everything looks good on it. Now we're just going to clean up the exhaust ports, get ready to put the headers on. It's starting to get a little bit late, but hopefully if I can't get them on today, I'll at least get them cleaned up and ready to put headers on tomorrow. And tomorrow should be the day when we're going to try and fire it up. I'm going to hot wire up the distributor and try and crank it up as it is right now. I mean, I got to put oil in it. I do got to put oil in it, so y'all don't let me forget that. But alright, so if I put on the headers, I'll bring y'all back, but if not, we'll be back tomorrow. Alright y'all, it's pretty dark, I hope y'all can see, but got the headers on both sides. Like I said, now we just gotta put oil in it, wire it up, and we should be good to go. Alright, that's where I'm gonna leave it for tonight. Alright y'all, next day. Today's the day. Finally. Got the wheel cover off of it. Picked up some cheap Dollar General oil just to, you know, get it to run. Clean out any contaminants. And we'll put some good quality oil in it later on. Anyways, gonna go ahead and put in the oil and start wiring it up. Oh, and it got too dark, but headers are on, so just figured I'd point that out. I put them on last night and tried to show it, but it was just too dark. I worked almost all day and into the night on it, so. Alright, back to it. Got her fire up last night. I know y'all couldn't see it too good, but she did fire up. She's sounding good. She's burning off some of the smoke from the oil I put down in the cylinders to keep it lubed up and everything. I did put some Marvel and some PP down in there as well, so she's got that all burn out. But we're gonna try and crank it up one more time today before it starts pouring down. We're supposed to be getting some heavy rain in about an hour, and I can hear the thunder already. We're gonna try and crank it up one time. Got gas in it. Gonna do the choke on. Show you how I got it rigged up here once again. Battery straight to, or wire straight to the battery on the distributor, straight to the positive on the battery. Got it grounded here, straight to the engine block, and got a positive running from the starter straight to the positive on the truck. I'm gonna use the truck like I did last night, because keeps on killing the battery if I don't. I mean, it's killing the battery with the truck, but it seems to be a little bit better. So crank up the truck, and you're gonna hear the alternator squeal a little bit, but we ain't too worried about that, so just look over that. Let that run for a second. Get y'all set up. But I think from what it sounded like last night, it sounded good enough that she needs to just be dressed up now. And then we can put her down into the 57. Can't wait. Stay tuned. There you have it, 350. Runs good. Everything's good to go on her, I hope. Got good oil pressure. She's even with the bolt in there, she's still trying to push some oil out, so that's awesome. Like I said, the more I run it, the more that black smoke will burn out of there. Like I said, I put a lot of oil in them cylinders to keep it nice and lubed up, rust free. But yeah, there you have it. She runs. All the hard work paid off. Carburetor's rebuilt, engine, everything basically brand spanking new on it. And you know, minor stuff like the valve covers, we're gonna put a new intake on it. You know, simple stuff like that. And yeah, get it looking good, get it nice and painted, change the oil again, new filter. But I'm happy and I'm pleased with it. And she is going into the 57. All right, thank y'all for watching. Please hit that like, share, and subscribe. Subscribing is free, y'all, but it's worth $1 million to me. So if y'all don't mind, hit that subscribe. Thank y'all. Be blessed.